and last name, if you could spell them, and your title.
Greg Kassar, and I'm a member of Congress representing Austin all the way down through Hayes County.
Congressman, how do you feel about the turnout for this rally? It was an emergency rally, but people showed up, over 100 people. How do you feel?
Well, look, Governor Greg Abbott is threatening to remove the representation from everybody here, basically in Travis and Hayes County. He's saying he wants to expel from elected office the people that were duly elected by Austinites. And so we've got to fight back. We can't take this lying down. People are looking for the kind of Democratic leadership that's willing to actually put it out on the line. And we can see that our voters are looking for that kind of representation.
Congressman, just moments ago, as breaking news, we found out that Governor Abbott is calling on Texas DPS to investigate the 57 Democratic lawmakers who left the state, investigating them for bribery, any way that they can return them to the state. What's your reaction?
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is a coward, and it's no surprise that he is taking our law enforcement and turning them on our elected officials. I mean, that's the kind of thing you hear about in other nations. Not in the United States, not in Texas. And so it is absolute cowardice to take our law enforcement resources and have them go chase after elected officials just because they disagree with the governor.
When you look at this map, what's the first thing that comes to mind? We know that Republicans have said it's not based on race. They deny that it's gerrymandering. What comes to mind for you?
Let's look at the numbers. Over 10 million Texans would have their congressional district changed under this Trump map. But 2/3 of them are Black and Hispanic Texans that would have their districts changed. This kind of map is exactly the kind of map that Dr. Martin Luther King wanted to ban with the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Congressman, one of my last questions for you is, we know that states are now involved in this battle. This doesn't have ramifications for just Texas. We know that this is a battle that Democrats across the country are really focused in on. Why do you think that is, and what do you think the consequence would be if Republicans got their way?
What Donald Trump is trying to do is do basically the kind of voter suppression of Latino and African American communities here in Austin that we saw before the Civil Rights Movement. If Donald Trump is able to enact his corrupt plan here in Austin, then he'll try to spread that plan across America. We can't let that happen.
Last question, Congressman, why here outside the governor's mansion?
Governor Greg Abbott is an elected official. He's not a dictator. He's not an authoritarian, but he's trying to act like a wannabe authoritarian. And what we do to wannabe authoritarians is we speak out. We speak out in a way that is peaceful, but very, very disturbed and upset, because Governor Greg Abbott should not be allowed to remove people from elected office and then just appoint people he likes. Here in Texas, the voters, your viewers, should be allowed to elect their representatives. Greg Abbott shouldn't be able to pick those folks.
Congressman, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your help. Thank you. Ooh, sorry, everyone. Congressman, hi. Abigail Villas with CBS Austin. Not sure if you remember me.
I do, but by Zoom, I think.
Yes, mostly by Zoom. We've met in person a couple of times at events like this. Do you mind if we get you super quick?
Delighted to do so.
Thank you. Perfect. So you can look at me, ignore the camera. I'll just have you start by saying your first and last